Have you ever heard of William Tell? Have you ever heard the story of this man, or have you ever seen the new January 2025 movie that came out? And has sparked so much controversy because it doesn't represent the reality. Just like many other movies, such as Snow White and all these, too many, right? Ariel that we've seen, many actors do not represent the reality of the historical things that happened, the historical events that took place, and that deserve a real and honest representation. But they don't get that anymore, as we know, because that's not something that they're interested in showing us. They do not want to show us the truth anymore, but instead, they just want to show us the things that they want us to believe in. Let's first start by saying who was William Tell. He was from Switzerland. He was a legendary hero from Switzerland from the 14th century. He was an expert crossbowman, and he was really famous for being very accurate. Any target he had, he'll get it just right. So basically the story is that there was this Austrian governor called Gessler, and he got angry because William refused to bow Gessler's hat. Alright, and because Gessler was the governor, he got annoyed and he was like, "Oh, you're not listening to me, right, William? So now we're going to place your son just there, and we're going to put an apple on top of your son's head, and you're going to have to actually be accurate. And obviously, if you're not, your son will die." So because he didn't listen to the Austrian governor, even after succeeding, he got it just right. He didn't kill his son. He was so accurate, even in this such nervous situation, that he just went on top of his head, where the apple was super accurate once again, and he was able to save his son's life. Why do I say this? Now, why was he seen as a hero? He was imprisoned even after succeeding. I just think that Gessler was so pissed off. Like, he wanted to punish him, and he still made it. He still made it right. So he just took him to be imprisoned, and during the time he was being transported, William Tell killed Gessler. I know. And obviously escaped after killing him, and he led to the formation of the Swiss Confederacy. Okay, so this is in general the story of William Tell and how he became an icon. So there was a movie, as I've said, in January 2025. They did not break the heads with the title William Tell. That's accurate for sure. So they decided to do this movie, and obviously this movie doesn't really represent the truth. Let's start by what caught my attention, and I guess everyone else's, and it's the fact that there was female soldiers, but not one or two or three here and there. No, like a whole army of female soldiers that took such a big role, as if that was the norm, as if that was reality. And at the time, as you can imagine, I even doubt that there was one female soldier at the time. So to want to force something that really just does not make any sense, to just be inclusive. And as you can imagine, they're not even like, I don't know, they could portray soldiers, a group of female soldiers, just bring in some traditional values somehow, making them look somehow traditional. I mean, not to not represent women, but just think that you're representing not today's world, but the world in the 14th century. I mean, it was a whole different planet, and I don't think I have to tell you that. Everyone knows. It just looks stupid. And also, as you can imagine, they give them such a bossy vibe, hero, like you know, so well put together, and like they love what they're doing, and like they know everything, and like they're always the leading voice. And it's just like, that's not real. And I personally, this is just my personal opinion, even in normal movies that I see nowadays, of wars or just anything, really, any kind of movie that I watch on TV, I've realized a pattern, and they're, especially action movies, guys, action movies, they always have to put a female that knows everything. I'm not saying don't do that, but I do not like it. I am seeing that and I'm like, there's no way I will be there. There's no way I will be doing that role. Telling Channing Tatum, the actor, right, in an action movie, no, you stay there. I can do it by myself. You don't need to come with me. And then she's like, you know, she's like doing martial arts, and she's like running on the walls, sometimes running with heels. That also has to stop, okay? They're representing women in scary situations, not even action movies, but running, escaping from a murderer, and they actually have heels, thin heels. That really triggers me, guys, because it's so unrealistic. She will take the shoes off unless she wants to die. But like, yeah, it's just forced. All these action movies, it's just super forced, and I really do not enjoy it. It's just like, and you can tell it's forced, because you've got normally in these action movies, the main actor, could be Tom Cruise, it could be, as I said, Channing Tatum or whatever, and they're a great, strong character, and I like it, but then suddenly they have to just put a female that knows everything. And look, I like that in terms from time to time, but when in every single movie, I just see that it has to happen. And she cannot have a normal personality either. She cannot be like an action woman, really strong, really fierce, and have a normal personality and have confidence and just know it and that's it. No, she has to act, and they make her look like she's so much more intelligent, that she knows much more than the man. She's even more, like, she's stronger. There's nothing wrong with that sometimes, but when you do it all the time, it annoys me because it's forced. It's not natural. It's like you want to make it look normal. You want to make us look equal so much that it's just uncomfortable for me to watch, because you know, the woman in the action movie, she always has to be here. It's like, can't she just not act? Like hello, I'm amazing, I'm better. Oh, hello, I can do the same as you, I can do more. Yeah. So this is exactly what happened in this movie. So anyway, forced. And these female soldiers, it just wasn't a natural thing. Also, William Tel's son is Arab. Nothing wrong with being Arab. But now, if he's from Switzerland, the wife is from Switzerland, how, and the son is not adopted? How? What did I miss? Why is the son Arab? They're both from Switzerland, hello? That's really weird. Forcing inclusivity is not being inclusive. When you have to force something to make it fit, you're not being inclusive. You're doing the opposite. You're making them feel, in my opinion, you're making, by putting his son as an Arab when he's not, he wasn't, you're just forcing it and make him look. Do you know what I mean? It's like forcing it makes it look bad, as if you're already against that, just because you need to put it there just to prove something, to prove, oh, I don't hate Arabs, or I'm not against Arabs. Look, there's an Arab, no, you're doing the opposite, in my opinion. And if the story was actually about an Arab family, great, there's plenty of those, and you can represent them as such. It's just, yeah, it's just a bit of a joke. I absolutely love that. So these are mainly, by the way, the changes they've done, which may seem as nothing, but like taking into account that the whole movie is mostly about the sun, the apple, and fighting, everything is just not accurate. There is a Spanish author and journalist that I love, I really admire. His name is Arturo Pérez Reverte. He's 75 years old, I believe. He's so intelligent, he's so well spoken, he has loads of values that I resonate with personally, and he commented on the movie, and I love that he did that. So I want to read you this sarcastic comment post that Arturo Pérez Reverte, which by the way he's a very respectable figure, he's not just anyone, you can research about him, made about the movie. I'll translate this into English, even though I'm reading it in Spanish. Hopefully I do it well and fast. Yesterday I watched William Tel. What women warriors, like warriors women, with skirts that take down armed fighters, not like, you know when you go into a horse, like riding a horse, right? Is it horse riders? Armed horse riders? You get it, yeah? I mean, let's be honest, it's just a man that goes in a horse, super armed, well equipped, and these women, fighters, warriors, they go with, I don't know, with nothing and no equipment, and they take them down when they're like up there on the horse, you know. The song with the apple on his head is Arab. The only thing that was missing was that the king was black to have an ideal movie, to have the perfect movie. I like this. It's a really good comment. It's very subtle, even though many people will say, oh my god, how can he say that? He hates everyone. He hates. I love that. I just love that someone that I respect speaks out, because no one does, because everyone's like, oh, the William Tel movie, that's, I love it, and they even sound so good that they made this song. Yeah, why do we do those things? It just feels false, and when you force something, you're not being inclusive, you're just forcing something. I want to think about an example. I cannot even think about any right now, but it's just as if you represent, oh yeah, for example, guys, if you represent, right, Nelson Mandela, to just put an example, right? Because there's many movies about him, right? There's many movies about Nelson Mandela. It's literally as if we do a movie about him and the main character, so Nelson Mandela, appears as a white man. And it's very interesting because they don't do that, because they only want to represent what they consider a minority, or people that are, according to them, seen as a negative thing. That's why they portrayed his son as Arab, because they want to show or prove they're not against them. But to me, it feels like you're actually against them for representing someone for what they're not. He's a white person, and isn't it an insult to an Arab person when you're putting him there when the actual person was white? I mean, if you twist things around, and it will never be the other way around. They will never put a black original character as a white person representing them. It will just never happen. And it just makes you think, which kind of idea are they trying to put in our heads? It really makes you think. But that's everything I'm going to say for today. I'm feeling already like I'm not focusing because they're speaking loudly, even though I say, please be quiet. So I cannot really focus, but I wasn't in the video anyway. So I hope I made sense. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that it resonated with you. And yeah, I just wish you the best. And I'll see you very soon. Bye.